India is a country of paradoxical wonders. Delhi is a destination brimming with hidden gems, a place where old and new collide, where living history sits parallel to one of the most dynamic cityscapes in the world. And it's changing fast, so catch it while you can. Welcome to Virgin's Guide to Delhi. Spend your first couple of days in the capital and experience urban India at its best before heading out along the Golden Triangle route for some opulent respite. Old Delhi is mesmerizing. Primarily the capital of Islamic India, the former walled city of Shah Jahanabad dates back to the 17th century, and although it is by no means the oldest part of the city, life here is played out as it has been for generations. Immerse yourself and begin with a meander through Chowri Bazaar to the largest mosque in India, the Majestic Jama Masjid. This dazzling display of Mughal architecture is a stunning place to soak up a panoramic overview of the old city before exploring the labyrinth of technicolored narrow streets. The Red Fort is a homage to the pomp and power indicative of Shah Jahan's empire. Much of the iconic architecture that shapes India's main tourist hotspots, including the world's most famous monument to love, were built by this great Mughal emperor. Sightseeing is fun in Old Delhi, but the true magic resides in the meandering lanes of the chaotic bazaar. Take a cycle rickshaw through Chandni Chowk, a shopping and anthropological extravaganza rolled into one. Head to Paratha Wali Gali, a whole street devoted to the making of traditional Indian flatbread. Try one of the many delicious stuffed varieties straight from the hot plate, or grab a cup of chai and watch local life pass by. Contrast the vibrant onslaught of Old Delhi's back streets with a trip to the banks of the Yamuna River just beyond the Red Fort, and relax in the beautiful parkland of Raj Ghat. A simple platform of black marble marks the spot where Mahatma Gandhi was cremated following his assassination in 1948. For the finest Kashmiri cuisine in town, book in at the part art, part kitsch, Chor Bazaar. Dine with friends at a four-poster bed, or delve out an idli from the bonnet of a vintage car. The excellent food equally matches the novelty factor in this quirky and unique eatery. Chor Bazaar is located at the Oberoi Hotel. If you want to keep the visual volume cranked up, then book into one of their 3 hyper-kitsch bedrooms. Ask for a room with views of Jama Masjid and the old city. Every time you pull back the curtain, you'll be transported back in time. The Paraganj is where old meets new. The area is synonymous with the hippie traveller, so if cheap digs, bangles and bindis are your thing, then this is the place for you. But to view the Paraganj as just a bohemian hangout would be to overlook another side to Delhi life. Take a street tour with the Salam Balak Trust. The charity was born out of a concern for the well-being of the many homeless children surviving in railway stations and on the streets. The tour is taken with a former street kid guide and leaves you with a greater understanding of the challenges faced by these vulnerable children. The walk meanders off the beaten track and through the close-knit communities living around the Paraganj area. The cost of the walk contributes towards the vital shelter homes and contact points Salam Balak runs across the city. New Delhi was built as the centre of Imperial Britain, fusing Victorian architecture with green and open spaces. Connaught Place is at the heart of New Delhi. The area is the city's commercial hub and a bargain hunter's paradise. Start your day early with a trip to the flower market on Hanuman Mandir to witness the petal buying frenzy that unfurls there every morning from dawn. Grab some breakfast at the superb pastry house Vengers, who have baked for Delhiites since 1926. For a dalliance with time-honoured luxury, drop into Vaish Tailors at Rivoli for a beautifully crafted made-to-measure suit. The Vaish family have been tailoring since 1940. The highly skilled team used traditional principles from London's Savile Row to finish your garment to the highest standard. Vaish will then send the suit home for you while you get on with your adventures. Stop off at the Park Hotel opposite the Jantar Mantar Observatory for lunch at Mist. Treat yourself to a delectable dessert or a box of the homemade chocolates. The restaurant is open 24 hours a day and offers Mediterranean and Indian fare. Alternatively, indulge in a cocktail at the poolside bar for a truly decadent alfresco experience. The acclaimed Fire restaurant offers the best pan-Indian menu in Delhi and is the brainchild of renowned chef Bakshish Deen. Top-end hotels are generally where you'll find the most zhizhi of Delhi's bars and restaurants. If you choose to stay on at the park, the rooms are a stylish oasis of calm in the heart of the city. India is obsessed with the silver screen. Connaught Place is home to two of the finest cinemas in Delhi, the Art Deco Rivoli and a beautifully restored plaza. Join the crowds to see the latest Bollywood offering. Just south of Connaught Place, you'll find the government buildings of Rajpath, also known as Lutyens Delhi. Stand at the top of the hill and marvel at the grandeur of President's House and the spectacular view down to India Gate. Not far from here is the National Museum with its ancient artifacts. Janpath offers an array of shopping possibilities, including the excellent Central Cottage Emporium and the Tibetan Market. It's also home to the India Tourism Office. In Sanskrit, yoga means union of mind, body and spirit, and at Laughter Yoga, your funny bone will be the main focus of your contemplation. The session is hysterical and beneficial, so if you find yourself taking life a little too seriously, drop by. Laughter really is the best medicine. Hiring a driver is relatively cheap in India, and although great leaps have been made to improve public transport, it is still the better option if you want to explore at your own pace. An English-speaking driver can act as a great guide as well as negotiate with locals when a basic one-word knowledge of Hindi won't do. Take a break from Delhi and head out into the rural areas. A trip along the Golden Triangle doesn't have to be predictable, and there are plenty of hideaways en route to tourist hotspots. Take a step back in time and find yourself a million miles from anywhere in Neemrana Fort Palace. The drive to the oldest heritage hotel in India is a short 2 hours west of the capital, along the Delhi to Jaipur highway. Neemrana is the embodiment of faded romantic grandeur and sits perched high on a hill above the village. It is an idyllic place to recharge your batteries after the sensory overload of the frenetic city. Set over 10 floors with an ancient amphitheatre and a swimming pool with magnificent views, you'd be forgiven for never leaving the premises. But it's well worth taking a ride out to see one of the best examples of a stepwell in Rajasthan. Take a ride there on a traditional camel cart and soak in the stunning atmosphere of the beautiful village along the way. If indulging in blissful relaxation becomes a bit of a chore, then ramp up the adrenaline with an afternoon with the Flying Fox team. India's first zipline tour provides a unique and exhilarating aerial journey between hill forts and ridgetops. Take a short trek up the hill and then fly back down again, absorbing the breathtaking views of the palace and the Aravalli Mountains below. Leaving Nimrana is hard, but the stunning Palace of Samode should help to ease the burden. Samode is an artisan's village overlooked by the 450-year-old Palace Hotel. From the minute you drive up the ramparts and enter the palatial gates, you are transported to another world. The hotel is a treasure trove of mirrored halls and mosaic rooms, a decadent visual feast, and a meticulous example of Rajasthani opulence. Alternatively, camp out in style in the restored Mughal gardens of Samode Bagh. Luxury tents with ensuite bathrooms pepper the peaceful hideaway formerly used as the women's quarter for the royal household. Lose yourself amongst the fruit trees and the marble pavilions where the ladies of the palace would come for some private downtime. Just a short distance from the otherworldliness of Samode, and you're in the heart of the historical and sprawling walled pink city of Jaipur. Stop off along the way for a wander through the ethereal Agra Fort Palace. You can climb to the fort from the road in about 10 minutes, or for a less vigorous ascent, hire one of the many jeeps available. Take the Amber Road onto Jaipur, the capital of Rajasthan. The wondrous city is chaotic, dusty and congested, yet with its stunning hilltop forts, fairy tale palaces and bargain-filled bazaars, it's well worth a visit. Stand amid the mayhem and soak up the splendor of its royal past. City Palace, the present-day residence of the former Maharaja, and the Palace of Winds are a good place to begin your majestic Rajasthani adventure. Both are close to the main shopping bazaars of the old city. Spend the night at Dighi Palace. With its acres of serene gardens, the hotel is a calm and peaceful bolt hole conveniently located to Jaipur's main attractions. Even if you don't stay here, drop by for a drink and some welcome respite. Alternatively, the more opulent Samode Haveli is the epitome of modern luxury and historic romance. The charming and beautifully restored townhouse was once the urban dwelling of Samode's royal family. It is now an intimate gem of a hotel. Sunset is best enjoyed from the spectacular Hanuman temple at Galta. At dusk, this famous Hindu pilgrim site resembles a scene from Indiana Jones, with hundreds of silhouetted monkeys dropping from the barren hillside to come and play amidst the majestic gods and temples. On the road again, this time to Agra, home to the Mughals and arguably the world's greatest monument, the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is the monument to love. It was built over 350 years ago by the Emperor Shah Jahan as a tomb for his beloved wife Mumtaz. You can avoid the crowds and contemplate the Taj in peace from one of the many rooftop terraces to be found in the surrounding Taj marketplace. Then head to Agra Fort, where Shah Jahan was later imprisoned by his son, condemned to gaze upon his beloved wife from his latticed cell on the banks of the holy Yamuna River. Agra is perfect for a day trip from Delhi, but if you would like to stay longer, there is plenty more to see. Visit the fortified ghost city of Fatehpur Sikri, 40 kilometers west of Agra. The city was abandoned in the 16th century. The palace is well preserved and the mosque still in use today. For a truly decadent treat, stay at the incredible Oberoi Villas. The hotel has been exquisitely designed and the Taj can be seen from almost every bedroom, window and terrace. The more budget conscious should at least make a detour here for afternoon tea. Sit and ponder the meaning of love in the most sumptuous of settings and watch the Taj Mahal change color and form as another day closes. Catching a train in India is an essential travel experience. Take the Taj Express back to Delhi and you won't be disappointed. Make sure you book in advance as the trains fill up quickly. You can book through a reputable tour operator, the International Tourist Bureau at New Delhi Station, or your hotel if you're willing to pay the surcharge. Back in Delhi, and it's time to explore the multi-dimensional south side of the city with its tree-lined boulevards, monument-packed parks, and clusters of personality-filled colonies. Humayun's tomb is not far from here. The prototype for the Taj Mahal is a stunning place to come and see the sunrise and is one of the best examples of early Mughal architecture. Afterwards, head to the all-American diner for breakfast. The coffee is superb, as are the shakes, a welcome digestive break if you've overloaded on spice. The diner is located in the Habitat Center, an amazing cultural hub designed by Joseph Allen Stein. The building is worth as much of a look as the content on offer here. Pop back at the end of a day's sightseeing for cocktails and then educate yourself with an evening lecture. There is also an art gallery and regular theatre performances held at the Habitat Center. Check online for listings. Lodi Colony is a fantastic place to shop, and away from the noise of the main roads, it has a gentle ambience. Lodi Colony Market is both sedate and bijou. Check out the incredible designs of Manish Arora, known as the John Galliano of India, and Rajesh Pratap Singh, two of the leading lights of India's fashion scene. Right next door, you can find the perfect brew at Mr. Mattel's Tea House. The Mattels have been blending tea for over 50 years. Every variety can be found from all over India. Khan Market is a bustling contrast to Lodi Colony and offers a palatable taste of India at its best. See Lal & Sons across the Lodi Road is a treasure trove of art and crafts from all over India. People come from far and wide to purchase Mr. Lal's beautifully hand-painted Christmas decorations. If you're shopped out, then head back to one of Delhi's many green and lush landscapes for some rest and recuperation. See the last of the Mughals' offerings at Safdar Jung's tomb opposite Mr. Lal's mini emporium. Or head to Lodi Gardens, the definitive kickback location for Delhi residents. The old fort, Purana Kila, is also worth a visit. Not far from here is the Oberoi Hotel. Book yourself a table at one of their restaurants, the finest in Delhi. 360 offers a sublime take on world cuisine. Travertino dishes up the best authentic Italian to be found anywhere on the subcontinent. There is also an extensive Italian cheese and wine menu, so treat yourself to a tasting session before settling into an amazing dining experience. In contrast to the opulent tranquility of the Oberoi is Nizamuddin, and while only a short distance away, with its ancient mosques, shrines and narrow bustling streets, you'll have stepped into another world. Relish the sights of ordinary lives lived extraordinarily. There is plenty of opportunity to sleep around south of the city. The Manor is the first and best of the design-led boutique hotels and offers comfortable and affordable luxury in stylish surrounds. Tikana is a homestay guesthouse run by the most hospitable family in Delhi. The rooms are immaculate and very comfortable, but the real pull of this place is the friends you will make sitting around the communal dining table. With the right hosts, a homestay offers so much more than just accommodation. Similarly, Lutyens Bungalow, run by the Nath family, offers a place to stay with a distinctly personal touch. This stunning complex was once the family home and is now converted into a series of guest rooms. It boasts large grounds that include a pool and a vegetable patch where much of the ingredients for the evening meal are harvested. You've travelled this far, so if you can make the time, catch a domestic flight to Varanasi and witness the wonder of one of the oldest living cities in the world. The great Hindu city stretches along the banks of the sacred river Ganges and is known to the most devout worshippers as the City of Light and the center of the Hindu universe. Spend 24 hours on the Ghats and see life's rituals unchanged for thousands of years. Dobiwallahs come to the river to wash the city's laundry as pilgrims flock to bathe in the holy waters. Local herdsmen bring their cattle to cool off in the afternoon sun, and others come here to die. It is said that anyone who dies in Varanasi will attain instant enlightenment, the ultimate liberation of the soul from the human body. This incredible country will leave you with lasting and treasured memories that will resonate for a lifetime. This has been the Virgin Guide to Delhi. Enjoy your stay, and Namaste.